this part really is, I'm just going to go into confidence for a piece, and like believing that it's possible. There's already been a few people that have said, you know, not so sure about the goals or earning the money and my role. And then I'm going to start getting a bit more practical. So we're going to talk about LinkedIn and why I believe that's a valuable tool. So that's, you know, getting a bit more tactical. So I want you to leave with the mindset, the beliefs, the confidence, but also the tactical. So the thing about confidence is that it is often something that most people believe other people have. So you look at other people and go, oh, he's really confident, or she's really confident. And then you forget that actually you are confident in lots of different areas of your life. And I bet if you drive, you're pretty confident at driving. I bet if I said to you, can you ride your bicycle? How do you feel about riding a bike? You say, yeah, I'm pretty comfortable. I'm confident, actually. If I said to you, how would you feel about walking outside? Do you feel confident about walking? Yeah, it's obvious, I just do it, right? Like, I believe confidence comes from competence. If you actually have the ability to do something, you will feel confident. So therefore, you've got to practice something over and over again to build your competence, so then you feel confident. If you're an SDR right now, the more that you make calls, the more that you practice your craft, the more effective you become, the more confident you are. If you're an AE, the more deals that you close, the more sales cycles that you run, the more confident you are. If you're a manager and you're coaching, developing, and more of those people become empowered, successful, they reach their goals, you become a more confident leader. So competence informs confidence. However, there's a lot of times that we need to show up with confidence when we have no competence. So we're being asked to do something for the first time and you've got to go and do it, but you don't have a belief, or you don't have a frame of reference, right? So like, you've been asked to set an earnings goal, you never earned that, but you all walked up here and wrote it on the board very confidently. Right? So there's also something you can do in your mind to also let go of the fear and the anxiety, and like what I call backing yourself. You have to back yourself to give it a go. You have to back yourself to fail. You have to back yourself that you might make a mistake. You might get it wrong. All right? Like, no one in this whole planet asked me to put on this event on a Saturday. Literally no one said to me, James, you should run events on a Saturday. No one, none of you did, like no one did it, right? I backed myself. I said, look, if I put a date in the diary, I'm gonna do everything I can to get at least 10 people in there. That was literally my goal. And from there, I'm gonna grow it to 50 people, 100, and I might even get 1,000 people in a room one day. I am delivering to you today in the belief that one day I will have 1,000 people on a Saturday listening to me. Right? I've not achieved those things, but I'm confident in my abilities, in myself, to go and get there. So you have to be able to pull on the fact in your life you are competent in all these areas, and therefore you have confidence. Don't ever from this point, from this moment and going forward, feel that you're not a confident person. It's bullshit. We all have confidence in us. You just got to know how to access it. And you not had to go and find that confidence. Any questions on this subject?
How do you train yourself to get to that point?
So, good question. So, you have to go through the process of what we've been learning already this morning and remind yourself that you are confident in other areas of your life. So the other thing is these affirmations that we've been doing, repeating them over and over again, is basically your brain works. It's not a muscle, it's an organ, but it works like a muscle, right? The more you practice reminding yourself that you are a confident communicator, like it just becomes part of you. So for me, it is like a daily practice of reminders that you are already the person that you want to become or need to be to perform in a certain way. So it's those kind of practices. Then obviously the competence is like you need to go and practice. Of course, right? So you need to step in those situations where you are getting the practice, and then you want reference points. So one of the really, really good tip that someone told me years ago was every time you get a compliment from someone, or every time, you know, like in Slack, someone says, hey, well done you, or you get a message on LinkedIn that said, this person's great, or you get an email around the company that you've achieved this week. Take a screenshot of it on your phone and save it. Or email it to yourself. Some people do this, I'm guessing.
I have a little folder with proud, and every email or message that I receive, it's saved in there and automatically sent to my personal mailbox.
Amazing, right? So then when you're then feeling like you're lacking confidence, you've got this bank of stories, comments that you go, remind myself, like, I'm pretty good at this. The other thing you could do, the other exercise that we did is go and ask people that have worked with you what you're good at. Because we forget, we take for granted. Basically what happens is, because we always want more as salespeople, you forget what you had to do to begin with to get where you are now. Because all you ever think is, I'm not good enough to get to the next stage. But you're good enough to get through the stages that you just done. So go and ask the people that have already seen you get through certain stages.
One of the main reasons I started doing that is I've been laid off a number of times, and I started my career in 2008, right when it was like the first big financial crisis, and I was supposed to land my first job where they would pay for my studies and stuff, and so I rock up in the HR office, and I was there with like my nice little pen to send that contract, and then HR was like, well, sorry, but we got counter orders from HQ, and you're actually not being hired, and so not only that, but you will have to find yourself your next internship, pay for your studies and stuff. And so, wow, okay, cool. Not a great day. So managed, went through my last year of studies, and then started my career, and different, like, okay, well, things go as it is. Was in Paris and struggling, like tourism and stuff. Okay, fine, moved into sales, got hired for an international role, worked a year and a half in domestic market, then get my first business trip, and I'm like, yes, finally, international. I come back and they're like, yeah, so we actually need you to work another year and a half for the domestic market. I'm like, no, bye. So it's like, well, it doesn't work out, and so confidence takes a hit because you're hired for something and you're not delivering on that, and you feel like you're losing the skills that you were hired for. Move to London, get that first SDR job, COVID happens, get laid off. Confidence, like, well, I know I'm going to find a new job, but then it's like when you're interviewing, going back to that folder where you can be you're being reminded where you've been really good in your career, when you need that, when you need to be super confident about what you're really good at and what you've been recognized for. Read that before your interviews, gives you that pump of confidence, and then you nail it and you know why you're here.
Absolutely, love that. Right, so great tips, great practical tips. Thank you for sharing. Go on.
One more interesting moment that I remind now that it was an internet, but it's very good that to remind to yourself that some years ago you dreamed to be in this place and to do what you're doing, and in that moment you understand, okay, I already achieved this what I have at the moment. So for me it was a goal like international conferences, and now when I'm on this biggest one yesterday and on Thursday, Anna, you're here, and I'm reminding to myself that you are doing already what it was a dream and it's come true. You need just to polish and to improve and to go.
Again, 100%, right? Like, you already have it in your power. Actually, another quick exercise, right? I just want you to put your hands together. Don't worry, we're not going to be praying. And I just want you to rub your hands together as much as you can so it gets really hot, that it gets uncomfortable. And then once you get it super hot, I just want you to put those hot hands, that energy, over your face. All right, and then you can let go. Now, What happened? Someone describe what happened.
Transfer of heat to your face.
Yeah? You just created heat. Who gave you it?
We.
Yourself.
Exactly. You give yourself confidence. You give yourself confidence. Like you give yourself energy, that you create energy. Like that actually is something that, you know, before cold calls or before you get into a call, like that's kind of an anchor. Like often you'll see weightlifters, you know, clap their hands, like, or hit themselves, you know, or like it's an anchor. So like you can literally create energy to kind of energize yourself to attack something, right? That's just a kind of a fun way of doing it. But ultimately, you can choose to be confident. You are confident. You've proven you're confident in many areas. You can be confident in the area that you feel you're lacking confidence right now. And confidence feels and looks in a certain way. You just have to look at the people that you believe have confidence. You can model them, right? A lack of confidence looks a certain way. You're a bit quieter, your shoulders slumped in, you're not standing as straight, you're talking like this on the phone. Yeah, we can help you with your problem. And like, you know, like no, like let go. Like there's no one smarter than you. There's like, forget the prospects of 50 years old and they understand who cares. Like just start letting go of that and just start believing and having confidence that you actually, even as SDRs, some of you live and breathe your product every single day. The person picking up the phone that might have seen your solution and worked in the industry for 20 years does not work at the company that you work for. Trust me, you know more than you think you know about what you're about to sell, even if you've only been there a month. So like literally back yourself and you will find that there's much more confidence that you can rely on. Okay, here is a 10. If, when you look at this, and be honest now, if when you look at these dates that you've set to achieve your earnings goal, you are 100% confident that you will achieve that by that date, you come and stand here in a minute. If you're a 5, i.e. like you're in, like I think I can, but like it's going to take a bit of work, you know, you're here. And if you're a 1, you're like, do you know what, now I've seen that, that's a bit much, I don't think that's possible. Stand here, go and stand in position.
Yeah, I'm in the middle.
All right, okay. Firstly, well, clearly this day's working because we've got a lot of people here that can back yourself. Where would you say you are?
6.57.
Okay, 6.57. Where would you say you are out of 10 about achieving that target?
8.
Okay, where are you?
I'd say like 7.
7, okay.
9.
9,
No space 9.
okay.
10.
You're a 10.
9.
9, okay. Where are you?
Well, when you put it in number perspective, I would say 7, so maybe I should be over there.
Well, yeah, okay. Why did you go there then?
I don't know, I was just like...
But why?
I don't know. I don't know.
Get up here. All right. Now, exactly. All right. Where are you?
I would say like a 5.6.
Okay.
But I think it's more because when you said like I appreciate the work and process, I don't know if I necessarily have the roadmap there yet to be like, okay, here's the steps to climb to get there. Like I want it, but I don't think I necessarily know. I'm a little bit split between two options. So I'm trying to like work out where I want to kind of how I want to navigate it.
Are you confident?
Yeah. But I just don't know that I don't have it like laid out yet. And
Okay. But are you confident?
yeah.
So are you confident that you can reach 100K by that date?
Yeah.
Go and stand there.
Okay.
Right? We're not talking about all of the parts of the process right now. I asked, the question was very specific. Are you confident you can hit that number by that date? And already the few of you are doubting yourself on the way up. Like this is the problem, like we're doubting ourselves. And the reason I tell you why this is a problem is that it prevents you from taking the action that you need to do to go and actually achieve it. Because you're like, do you know what, I won't try because I don't think I can really get there. Like let's 100% back ourselves that we are going to go and make this happen, and all the pieces we will figure out along the way. Like that is genuinely what I want to support you with, but also you can support each other with and the other people that are going to help you with the journey.